Why, good morning, you beautiful souls. I hope you're having a great day thus far. Now, ancestral healing is a very particular and unique aspect of our own inner looking because our eternal self is beyond time. So, one of the most important things to recognize when you talk about ancestral healing is you're really talking about your own because we're going in and out of these existences, of these livelihoods, of different past experiences and future ones. So, this focus of ancestral healing is not only your own, but goes far beyond you into the depths of your ancestry, into the future of your lineage. It's an important thing to focus on because just as we receive conditionings from our parents, they receive theirs from theirs, and they receive theirs from theirs. So it's this passing of the torch of these human conditions that we can ultimately put a stop on all the negative cycles that continue to be manifested throughout time. So it's an important one. So go ahead and just take a nice deep breath in as we simply let go. We allow ourselves to enter into the timeless. It's here we give ourselves the love and the respect to simply let go and be in this moment we call the now. When you hear the first three taps of the singing bowl, with every ring, take a nice deep inhale, filling up the lungs, the body itself with these vital energies of life, prana, the chi, the air around us. And when we release it, transform that exhale into a powerful om, simply giving yourself the full attention of all that is happening in the now. Allowing everything temporary to drop away. Bring yourself to the foreground of this experience, the conscious self, the silent knower and witness. Hold on to nothing that arises within you. Simply lie back within yourself as if watching a film play out before your very witnessing gaze. And with this final tap of the bowl, simply shift your attention to the sound of the ring as it fades into the silence, the calm, the quiet. So too our own inner experience dials down all of the chatter to remain and unfold in this silent, still place of the heart. It is these cycles, these roles of parenthood, childhood, that continual cycle as we grow and pass down our DNA to create physical beings. But just as much as these imprints of two soul forces arise to bring about a child, so too they pass on the emotional, the mental baggages of the past. In truth, this is the role of the child and the parent. This process of evolution, this continual evolutory refinement. It's these opportunities that we have as children to heal the wounds of the past. For everything we receive is but one aspect built upon many. One being's experience standing on top of the shoulders of our ancestors. But as many of us have played the game of telephone in our early youth, it's not hard to conceptualize and understand that the true purpose of our family's role has been misconstrued over time. That the direction in which our ancestors sought to take us got lost in the proverbial soup that is our society, the chaos that is our current conditionings as a whole. Simply put, the ways of the past have been lost and replaced with something new, something superficial. But every being has an ancestry that roots deeply into the more purest expressions of our humanity. And just as the past has also shown, we have transcended many of the also horrendous aspects of our past ancestry, past history, and knowledge. But it's this double-edged sword that must be wielded properly. For an evolutory history that does not seek to correct the wrongs will continue to make the same mistakes, but at a greater cost to the spirit, to the beingness. This concept is deeply understood with the current atrocities of the world. But no, even now, we have come a long way as a humanity, as a species. But the job of refinement is not done yet. It is up to us, those who are currently conscious and awake, to fully heal and liberate themselves of their past history, of their ancestors' past history, through this work of their own karma. These concepts of past energies that accumulate into present opportunities, moments, experiences, goes far beyond just your life. Even when one gives praise to their ancestors, know in your heart that you are giving praise to yourself. That you too played a role in this ancestral lineage. And come to recognize fully, when you heal yourself, you heal the past. We may not be consciously living it in that moment, but these revelatory moments of your own consciousness spark and echo all throughout many timelines, time spaces, and beings. The self is one of many, but your pureness transcends time. Come to look at the many lessons that were passed down to you. Compare them to ones that speak true to the soul, to the spirit of your beingness. And evaluate the others that were based on pain, of trauma. Simply put, amassed and passed down through fear. These are the avenues in which we must seek to eradicate from our being. For these lessons based in fear, in otherness, separation itself, do not hold true to our spirit. They are built in the falsehoods, the illusions of Maya, preconceived notions, assumptions, and beliefs, but they don't amount to anything compared to the truth of our beingness. So let them go. All it takes is a breath to simply detach yourself. It's here in this moment we can look at all that does good in our heart, in our lives. Those avenues of introspection and healing that have liberated us from the past pains of our own experience. Come to do so from these primordial lessons passed down from grandparent to parent to child, as it is repeated throughout the timelines. You have the opportunity to simply put a stop of it all, to only pass down the love, to allow the truth of our being shine through your very experience, to pass on this ancient knowledge. But ultimately, one must want to let go. One must have the aspirations to heal themselves and the past. So take a moment, look within your heart. How have the past pains been passed on? How have they manifested throughout the generations? Yet, most importantly, how can you transcend them all? How will you heal from them and move forward? Transmuting that old energy of the past cycles into the current opportunities of your own healing, empowerment, liberation itself. Go beyond assumption, predetermination, judgment. Swim into the unknown, for it matters not the cause of these forces. What matters is how you see the effects manifest throughout history. For it's in that manifestation, it's in these effects that we come to recognize how the cause has become misconstrued. And when we understand and recognize the origin, the latter problems cease to exist. But we can only work with the experience we live. But this is where we can transcend and go beyond our own suffering and experience when we look sympathetically, empathetically to others. How those around us have overcome the inertia, the cycles of their own past and ancestry's past, and how we move forward. For it takes a wise soul to simply look at the sufferings and strife of others and to apply it and self reflect to their own. For it's here we have the grace of learning through this sharing of experiences. And it's in this same compassionate understanding of others that we bring it back to ourselves. We must let go of our judgments and pains. They do nothing to build a better future for ourselves and the lineage in which we stand upon. Come to recognize fully here that yourself, your beingness as you understand it, is rooted upon hundreds of thousands, millions of lives before you. It is a gracious gift to be here in the now, consciously healing and embarking in this journey of unfoldment. You're here in the present to heal the past, the future, and eradicate the illusion that blinds us in this eternal now. You are a healer. You are a being of love and light. So allow yourself, give yourself permission to shine. Your ancestors and guardians and teachers are all around you at all times. And although you may not be able to hear them, come to understand the stillness in your own being. Radiate the calmness of your heart and feel their support at all times. For your healing is their own. Your journey inwards of unfoldment is one that causes the entire angels and the intangible scene to cheer and applaud with a thunderous roar of support and love. For it's this inner looking that is the most important in this experience of external living. For it continues to unfold the opportunities and potential of not only yourself in this current time, but the future of your ancestral lineage to come. You are connected with life itself, for you are life itself. Come to tap in fully to your beingness. Come to lovingly and objectively see the vastness of lives in which you've lived. Know that it goes back to the beginning of this planet itself. Come to understand here and now fully that you are an accumulation of experiences from many before you. Allow every breath to be this process of refinement. Allow every moment to be an opportunity to immerse yourself in the here and now. And in this moment of stillness and calm, imbue yourself with the transformative powers of the universe to heal and liberate yourself, to learn and grow and heal from the past experiences, so you may fully and freely live effortlessly in this pureness of now. When you hear the next tap of the bowl, take a nice deep breath in. And as you release it, turn that exhale into a powerful om. as you allow yourself to sing that divine chord, begin to open up your heart to feel your ancestors doing the same, giving reverence to life, to love, to you for embarking in this journey and this inner looking of healing and empowerment. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. And there's nothing more important than humbling yourself with the knowing that you stand upon the shoulders of so many, that there were so many sacrifices and painful experiences that brought you to where you are today. And it's in these moments we can truly live with grace in every slice of now that we get. No day is guaranteed. And from where we came from to now, there's been so much evolution and growth in this human experience for so many. But even now, we know that the same atrocities that we've experienced throughout our history are still arising and, repeating themselves in the present. And this is where the importance of our ancestral healing comes in. Can people fully say that, you know, we've evolved a lot? Yes and no. I mean, the fact that we're not all in the middle of, some epic war and everyone's just doing a bunch of ridiculousness in the streets, watching people get beheaded in gladiatorial fights, it goes to show that we've come quite a ways. That people aren't in public squares watching people getting burned alive, that goes to show we've come a long way. But times have changed, and so has the manifestations of some of these same issues. You know, people cheering on brain damage, people cheering on and identifying with sports teams that they've never played on. We can still see that the realms of distraction arise in the present. They've simply changed form. And this is the importance of really looking at your own ancestral history. Is something like alcoholism, addiction, you could even say like obesity, all these other things we can start to think about, like, okay, like what's been passed on from my ancestors to me? What conditionings, what issues have they dealt with that issue that impacted my upbringing? And I think a lot of us that were kind of raised by that boomer generation, we got to understand that, there's quite a few imprints for each generation that has manifested into their own issues because of, again, the past pains in which they received from their parents. You know, we're not too far out of people being raised by those who went to war, having PTSD, us not knowing really what all that stuff was. There's so many things that have happened in our past that have gotten brushed under the rugs. Like family secrets used to be very normalized. There's so much stuff like that has caused pain to ripple throughout all of our history, that it's important that you take the conscious time to really squeeze out that sponge. If you're learning about and you're wanting to learn about, liberating yourself from conditionings and past imprints, go ahead and check those videos I just dropped recently. Um, they go all into that and what you can do to really fully heal and liberate yourself. But it's important to take some time every now and then just to really look at how you've received information, look at how all of these different pros and cons of our upbringing were manifested into reality. by looking at our past. Learn as much as you can about your history. Oh, I just, I can't express it enough. When you heal yourself, it heals all the all the timelines and time spaces. And when you consciously seek to liberate yourself and heal and transform some of these deeper ancestral wounds and traumas, I can't tell you what experiences you're going to have because for everyone they're unique. But you're going to experience the full on release of those past pains. I don't want to lead your mind into places that the imagination is going to run with something, but you can have a lot of cool experiences of your past. I'll leave it at that. Don't forget to smash that like, share, subscribe. I love you so much. But as always, may the fruit of knowledge offer you a seed. And in that seed, may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow. And in its shade, may you find peace and offer peace to all who ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you so much. Have a great week. Make it a great day. Tell someone you know you love them. Take care. Peace.